Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Searles and this is my Week 4 multimedia presentation for MPA 580. As public administrators, we may encounter different situations that pose ethical dilemmas. My example is based on a case that involves a conflict of interest. The situation mirrors what happened in 2016 when presidential candidate Hillary Clinton was linked with allegedly donating contributions that were leaked by WikiLeaks, which could pose a potential conflict of interest. In this case, a donation made in 2002 by the Qatari government to the Clinton Foundation was leaked as part of the thousands of emails deleted in a private email address said to belong to Hillary. By then, Hillary Clinton was serving as the Secretary of State. The foundation was not required to publicly report every donation it received. During that time, Qatar had a complicated diplomatic relationship with the United States, and by virtue of its association with the Clinton Foundation, many would argue that a potential conflict of interest in any beneficial transactions between the Qatar government, among other donors, and the United States, given Hillary Clinton's position as the Secretary of State and possibly the president if she won the election. Placed in a similar situation, we have an ethical duty as public administrators to report any personal transactions or situations that could cause a conflict of interest in our service area. We also have a duty to promote the public interest, for example, by not transacting with an entity that may not advocate for the safety of the citizens. In the case of Hillary Clinton, with reference to the donation made by the Qatari government, there were existing policy reservations on the diplomatic front regarding the Qatari government based on allegations concerning their support for certain terrorist groups. We also have a duty to promote transparency and be accountable for sharing all information that is of public interest, or any, therefore, that could compromise our ability to discharge our service as public administrators. Lastly, we very clearly have a duty to promote the Constitution. One of the ethical approaches that could speak to this situation is based on the virtue theory of ethics. This theory implies that practicing good habits such as honesty and generosity makes a moral and virtuous person. Virtue theory dictates that one should execute their duty the right way at the right time and for the right people with the intention of creating positive consequences. Therefore, critics would argue, questioning whether presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton acted in a virtuous manner. Another ethical approach applicable in this situation is deontology, based on the categorical imperative by Immanuel Kant. This approach requires that people follow the rules and do their duty. Unlike consequentialism, which judges actions by their results, deontology doesn't require weighing the costs and benefits of a situation. This avoids subjectivity and uncertainty because you only have to follow set rules. Given that the allegations against Hillary Clinton were not proven valid, in the case that they were, the alternative would have been for her to acquit herself from any dealings that may have involved donors with interest concerning her capacity as the state secretary. For example, state negotiations with countries that have previously contacted her to donate for the Clinton Foundation. That concludes my week 4 presentation. I hope you're all having a beautiful week and see you soon.